I need highlight on my inner corner. What am I doing? Mom, what am I doing? Actually, this purple one would be pretty. That's pretty. That's so much better. I feel like my nose looks, everything looks better. Okay. Hi friends! So this video is going to be an anti-haul. I love anti-hauls. I love them so much. I think they are just absolutely the best thing that ever happened to the internet. Kimberly Clark is a queen. We love her. We stan her at this channel. We love her. So I'm really excited to kind of pay homage. I already filmed one of these on my channel, and I'll link it above for you guys so you guys can see it. And I kind of talked about different things and different products, and I really like doing that. And since the holiday season is like rapidly approaching, I figured I would help you guys kind of decide, and there's sales galore at Sephora and Ulta. I figured I would kind of give you guys a little guidance on maybe what to just skip. Sometimes it's okay to just skip. You don't have to feel bad. We all have too much makeup. We all have more than we need or will ever use. It's okay to skip some stuff. So I just wanted to talk about what I'll personally be skipping, and yeah, we'll just get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new NARS Wanted palette. I don't want to say I'm over warm tones because I use them frequently, like almost on a daily basis. I do a warm toned look. But at the same time, I'm over new warm tone palettes coming out. I would like them to be bringing out something new. I feel like brands like Tarte with the Tarte Toasted palette, and now NARS is coming out with this really warm tone. Like, I like a good warm tone for a minute, but I can only have so many pinks and reds, and like burgundy shades and dark browns. Like, I can only have so many of those before I'm kind of sick of it. All you truly need in life if you want to be a warm tone queen is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And then once you have that, maybe throw in the Morphe 35O if you really want to have a lot. But once you have those two, you don't need any more. You can have more, and that's totally fine. But I'm skipping this one because I don't need any more. This palette I think is so dumb. So Urban Decay has kind of been doing some weird palettes lately. They had the Metal Crush one, which was like the mirror in the middle, and then the two palettes on the side, and then you had to like lift it out of a box. It was weird. I didn't buy that either, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about their new Distortion palette. I don't even know if a lot of people know what this one is, because it hasn't really been talked about too much, because it's really just kind of like boring. So it's kind of interesting because the top row is all those really, it's these shades. It's Moonchild shades. They're just iridescent toppers. It looks like that. That's what the top row is. It's just iridescent like toppers you can use. If you have the Kat Von D Alchemist, you already have that. If you have the Moonchild, you already have that. If you have one holographic highlighter, you already have all those shades because the subtle differences, Kimberly Clark said that. She was like, the subtle differences don't show. And that's incredibly true. The subtle differences of like a chrome highlighter or a chrome eye topper isn't going to make a difference. The other thing I don't like about it is that it's just boring. It just isn't. Urban Decay used to be so cool because they were coming out with stuff that nobody else was coming out with. The Naked 3, they literally started like the rose gold trend in makeup with the Naked 3. They started the kind of cool tone shimmers with the Naked 2. They used to be really ahead of the game and really trendsetters, and all of the palettes I've seen them release recently, like especially eyeshadow palettes, they've just been misses for me. They're just kind of boring, kind of over it, kind of doing really cheap, like gimmicky stuff. It's like John Bassett collection was really just like, really like, that's the most gimmicky thing. This eyeshadow palette has cool packaging, but the colors are just, you don't need it. Like, that's ultimately what it comes down to is like, do you need that? Like, if you look at that and you look at it and you're like, oh, in my collection, that would be really pretty and you really need it. Like, okay, get it, I guess. I don't personally need that in my collection. I don't need another palette with boring shades just because it has one row of like cool crystal top coats. Like, I'll just buy a dual chrome highlight and then just put that on and I'll save myself a ton of money. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Huda Beauty Winter Highlighting Palette. Girl, Like, are you coming out with one every season? Is that the gag? Like, is that the joke? I don't understand. I haven't bought any of these, but I've seen reviews on them, and I've heard they're not that great. So that's one reason I won't be buying them. And the other reason is just, like, I'm just over the, like, colors. I don't know why nobody is coming. I guess the makeup market is really saturated right now. So it is kind of hard for brands to come out with things that are original. But, like, Huda, you, like, invented texture shadows, and you can't put out something more creative than just, like, a purple highlight. Do you know how many purple highlights I freaking own? Because they were, like, all the rage last, like, in the spring. And now for the winter, she's trying to do it, and I'm just not here for it. And I've also just heard, like, the formulas on the low. You didn't hear it from me. The formula is not very good. So you don't need it. You don't need it. You really don't need it. I'm sure you have plenty of highlighters to make your face glow to the gods. Lord knows nobody needs more highlighters. We're over it. Okay, next. This is hard. I kind of do want this. This is the Natasha De Nona crystal top coat thing. So it comes in a little jar, and it's like a pigment that's just pure shimmer. You put it on. Tarte did a whole review. They looked stunningly beautiful. Like, they looked amazing. I totally thought about getting them. They are $28 for just one color, which is like, like my bank account is like, no, because you can buy like full palettes of just those type of pigments for $28. So why would you buy just one shade, first of all? Second of all, Makeup Geek has a really similar dupe to these, just a shimmery pigment. Most brands have a pretty similar dupe to these, and they're like half the price. So I guess if you really want to try them, this is hard for me to not buy, but I'm not going to, because I can, if I really want to start experimenting with those crystal top coat typed things, I can just buy them a lot cheaper somewhere else. I don't need to buy from Natasha De Nona just to say I have something Natasha De Nona. The Sunset palette is a different story. I want that freaking Sunset palette. I'm one way or another, that Sunset palette is getting into my collection. There's a lot of mystery and like intrigue in that brand because it's so expensive and it's so ridiculous and so bougie and luxurious. And you don't really need that. You don't need something just because it's a mystery. Like, you don't need it just because it says Natasha De Nona on it. You can just get a Makeup Geek one and it'll be the same thing. Okay, next I wanted to talk about the Violet Voss Taupe Notch. The puns. The Violet Voss Taupe Notch palette. So this is just a palette of all neutrals. Hello? Violet? Yeah, it's actually 2017, and literally everybody who does their makeup owns a freaking neutral eyeshadow palette. Are you kidding me? You're gonna charge $45 for a neutral? You want to know? Where's my dupe? This is the Tarte High Performance Neutrals palette. It looks like this. Look at all the taupe. How do you pronounce that freaking word? Look at all of it. It's in there. All these pretty browns, neutrals. You got some shimmers. This is $18, and included in this, you get a little mini Lights Camera Lashes mascara on TarteCosmetics.com. I will link it below for you, because if you need a neutral palette, girl, here you go. This one's fantastic. You don't need a Violet Voss $45 brown palette. Are you kidding? The reason that bright palettes and exciting palettes are getting so much, like, news right now and people are talking about them favorably is because it's not the same old thing. I don't want a taupe palette. I don't want that. I want to put freaking the rainbow on my eye. I don't want taupe. Are you kidding? Like, I get it if you're like no, I don't get it if you're an everyday basic girl, because if you're an everyday sort of basic, I don't really care about makeup, why would you buy a $45 eyeshadow palette? Who is this palette marketed to? Who wants a taupe? If you want a taupe eyeshadow palette, let me know in the comments and I'll gladly say I was wrong. But I don't know any girl that wouldn't just buy like the Essence Pure Nude palette that has all taupey colors. Why would you buy a $45 taupe palette? It doesn't make sense. Next, ooh, this is a good one. This is a whole brand I will not be buying from. Their name is La Mer, and they are way too fucking expensive. I cannot spend $100 on foundation. I cannot spend $300 on an under eye cream. I don't care how good everybody and their mother who can afford La Mer says La Mer is. I don't care how good it is. It's really not worth it. I'm very cheap with skincare because I'd rather spend my money on makeup. My skin looks pretty bomb most of the time. And I use Clinique. I go to Marshall's and I just find really discounted high-end makeup products. Then I use those. Nothing that La Mer has to offer me is worth how much La Mer wants me to pay for it. Like, there's nothing in their collection. I've looked through their entire collection because obviously you hear, like, even big celebrities like Kylie Jenner's talking about La Mer, even like Kim Kardashian's talking about La Mer. You want to know why they're talking about it? Because they can afford it. You want to know who can't? You probably can't either. I don't anticipate ever buying anything from La Mer, and I'm kind of just antoling it because it's like, why can't you just be reasonable? What is in your product that makes it worth $300? Like, tell me, truly, what is in your, I know those ingredients, if you added them up, would not even be close to like $25. So what is so special about you that you think you can charge me $300 for a cream? That's the question I have for La Mer. Next, we have the Cerulean Gold Pearls. So Cerulean comes, I've never bought anything from Cerulean, and I've never even like swatched these pearls, so I can't like really make an accurate statement, but these don't look like they're worth it. I don't understand, so I understood, at least I kind of understood, when a couple of years ago Cerulean came out with the pearls, but it was like color correcting pearls. They were in the color correcting colors, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, like, I can get that because it's supposed to be just like a nice little over powder to give you, it's still way too expensive for what it is. I'm still not going to buy it, but like, I can understand that. And then they did pink, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can see. Why would you want to put gold all over your face? Why all over? Do you know how weird that's, you're going to look like the Tin Man. Like, I don't understand why you would want to just smother yourself in gold. Like, I truly don't get it. Like, I have gold highlighters that I love. Do I smother them all over my face? No, this powder isn't a highlighter. It's meant to just rub all over your face, to be like a finishing powder. I don't understand logistically how a gold finishing powder would work, so I'm just like against this now because I think it's stupid and I think it's overpriced, honestly. Another Natasha De Nona, which is interesting because I'm really trying to get that Sunset palette. I just kind of laughed at this, to be quite honest. I don't know if you guys are going to find it as funny as I did, but I'm not going to buy the Natasha De Nona. It's called the Blackest Eyeshadow. The reason I find this so funny, it's called the Blackest Eyeshadow. There's glitter in the eyeshadow. You can't call something the blackest, darkest eye. The blackest eyeshadow, it should be like a supernova black hole. Have you ever seen those pictures of like somebody was able to create the blackest thing you'll ever see, and it doesn't even look real. It looks like it's just a hole in space. That's what, when Natasha De Nona says the blackest eyeshadow, that's what I expect to see. Not something that is, who wants a glittery black? Black is already horrible to work with and horrible to put on your eyes, so I don't understand why you would want a black shade that's also shimmery, but it's called the Blackest Eyeshadow because it's supposed to be black, and it's also $30 for one shadow. Go to NYX, get NYX's individual black shadow, thank me later. It's like $7. You know what it doesn't have? Glitter. You want to know what it actually is? Really freaking black. I just think that's so stupid that they would literally, if they were like shimmery black eyeshadow, like that would be cute. But for them to literally call it the blackest eyeshadow and then put glitter in it, no. Natasha De Nona, no. We're not a fan. We don't stand that. Finally, can somebody tell me if you've done this? So I'm not going to buy the Moon Juice Beauty Dust. I saw this on Sephora, and I only clicked on it because I thought it was like a scrub, like a face scrub or a body scrub, and I liked the name, and I was like, oh, Moon Juice, like, that's cute, like, I wonder what it is, and I clicked on how to use, because, like, the description, like, was kind of confusing, and I was like, how do you use this? Is it an exfoliator? Is it a cream? Like, how do you use this? They are now selling, I want to get the wording right. They are literally selling me tea supplements. They're selling me supplements that are allegedly going to make me look beautiful for $48. It says, in how to use, it says, add to matcha, tea, milk, water, or smoothies. Stir in warm lemon water or make an iced berry lemonade. They're selling me drinks at Sephora now. Did you know Sephora is also going to turn into like a barista cafe where you can just buy the most hipster, most overpriced things that you could possibly imagine? Like, why is Sephora selling candles now? Why is Sephora like, they're a makeup company. Why are they not just selling us makeup? I just was like too overwhelmed with that one. Like, I was like, this is too much. I was like, Sephora is testing me too hard right now. And I'm definitely putting this in my video because it's so funny to me that they're selling a $48, you don't even know what it is, you just know you mix it in, and people are still gonna buy it, but you should not, because that's absolutely ridiculous. Stupid. So that was my anti-haul. I hope I didn't like drone on too much, and I hope I didn't play with my hair too much. I've been trying really hard to not play with it in videos, but it's kind of hard. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had so much fun filming it. I love doing anti-hauls. I'm sorry if I seemed a little crazy. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep because it's finals week, and I'm just like, but I've really loved filming this, and tell me if you want more anti-hauls, because I'd be willing to do one once every couple months, because there's a lot of products. The market is very saturated, and we just need to like pluck out the gems and then just toss everything else, and I'm willing to help do that. I'm willing to do my part. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.